All right, hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to All Elite again, the TEW9 series. I'm Ihel the Amigo, and yeah, let's just get right into it. On the last episode, we ran AEW All Out 2020, which was, in the truest sense, a super show, like a super show. Let's go ahead and look at that. Yeah, as you can see here, the show was stacked full of matches and segments and debuts and title changes and all kinds of stuff. We're going to take it all the way from the bottom, work our way up. You can see here it was in the Wolstein Center, which I believe is in Ohio. I think Ohio. Yeah, it was a 15,000 seat sellout. We got a 92. All right, first match on the pre-show, we got Martina teaming with Kaylee Ray and Mayu Iwatani from Stardom, picking up a win over Allison Kay and the Odeyo Tai team of Azuki and Rina Yamashita. Got a 59. We had a 10-man tag team match where Psycho Clown, Proud and Powerful, and Butcher and Blade scored a big win over Kento Miyahara, Bird Reference, and Private Party. Yeah, just so everyone knows here, it was either Santana and Ortiz getting the win over one of the members of Private Party. I just want it to be known that it wasn't like Butcher beating Kento Miyahara or anything like that. Then we had the debut of Moose, who got a win over Kenta. Of course, with a little bit of help, from Brian Cage, Joe Doring, and Jim Ross. Decent match. Yeah, he got a 64. Not, pretty good. It's pretty good. We can do some mid-card stuff with him. And then after the match, we had Don Callis come out and essentially kind of tell Kenta, hey, I told you so. I told you needed someone to watch your back, and now look at you. And well, you know what? Now you really need to watch your back, because here's my first client, Swerve Strickland. We had Swerve come out. He's Don Callis's official first client here in AEW. And yeah, he basically attacked the already beaten Kenta. Hit him with the Swerve Stomp and the other move, whatever it's the House Call. So yeah, Swerve Strickland debuted. That's 2 debuts so far. Then moving on to the main card, we had Adam Page win this grudge match against MJF in a match. He got a 75, pretty good. A bit of retribution there, He didn't win the #1 contendership. We'll get to that later. We had a promo here that just says Los Garzas are heels. I literally ran this promo just so that way I could switch Garza Jr. and Humberto Carrillo to heel before their match with the Lucha Brothers. Just to avoid any unwanted penalties, because the game will be like, oh, this match is face versus face. You can't do that. So yeah, that's literally why this promo's here. And we had a Lucha Rules match, 2 out of 3 falls. Lucha Brothers versus Los Garzas, and Lucha Brothers won by DQ when they were attacked by Santana and Ortiz, who wrestled on the pre-show earlier in the night. And yeah, they were beaten down by Los Garzas and Santana and Ortiz, and Andrade El Idolo made his AEW debut and announced the arrival of the Latin Mafia to AEW. Yeah, so I spoke about this last time. Latin Mafia is a Mexican R&B group that, I like them. They're cool. And I really like their name, so I just straight up am going to steal it. And that's the name of this group, which is essentially kind of, just an LWL thing we're doing. Anyways, moving on to the women's title match. We had Awesome Kong win a 6-way match against Davina Rose, Kagetsu, Hana Kimura, Jessica Havoc, and Bianca Belair. Kimberly was originally supposed to be in this match, but she got injured, which is unfortunate, so we replaced her with Jessica Havoc. And I'm gonna be honest here, we kind of phoned in this women's title match. I've been struggling to book Awesome Kong's title reign for a bit now, I'm not gonna lie. But the match itself did well. I got an 80. But yeah, here's what we're gonna do. I didn't set who I wanted Awesome Kong to be. I just let the game decide. So the game had her beat Kagetsu. So we're going to say that basically Hana Kimura had Kagetsu dead to rights. They were going to win the match. And then, we got the classic thing where Awesome Kong suddenly shows up from behind, hits the back fist, hits the implant buster on Kagetsu, and steals the win. So yeah, that's what we're going with. Oh yeah, but decent match there. Then we've got an Adam Page promo here. We has to swallow his pride, He's upset that he's not the one challenging Kenny Omega for the world title, but Cody's his friend, so he's gonna wish him good luck anyways. And then we had a tag team match, which saw the in-ring debut of a reunion of Beer Money taking on the Briscoes. And they went to a 15-minute draw. Of course, the crowd's chanting 5 more minutes. The Briscoes want 5 more minutes, but Bobby Roode had to ruin everybody's fun and basically remind them that 5 more minutes is not in the contract. So, sorry about your damn luck. Is Bobby Roode the one that says that? I think that's James Storm's catchphrase, actually. Whatever. Yeah, no 5 more minutes. The match, time limit draw. Then we had Walter take on Orange Cassidy in a AEW Prime Championship defense. Pretty good match. Got an 82. Oh, got a Kenny Omega promo here right in the middle of the pay-per-view just to hype up the main event. We had the Young Bucks face the End Time, Jimmy Jacobs and Brody King for the World Tag Titles, and they regained the tag titles they lost. Pretty much the reason we did this is because FTR is coming in. I just thought about it and I was like, all right, we're gonna bring in FTRs as heels, and I want them to go after the Young Bucks. So let's just put the tag titles back on the Young Bucks. Yeah, that's the way it works sometimes. And then after the match, we had FTR debut. It only got a 66. I believe we're up to 4 debuts now with Moose, Andrade, Swerve, FTR. I guess 5 if you count both FTR guys. So yeah, 5 debuts so far. All right, we had a promo from the Death Riders heading into their War Games match against AJ Styles, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, and Scorpio Sky. And yeah, we gave the win to the AJ Styles team. The match only got a 79, which was a little disappointing considering that it's a War Games match. But it's not a terrible score. It's not a terrible score. We'll talk about this more later. All right, so after that, we had the women's tag titles on the line. The Shining Samurai looked to defend against AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm, but unfortunately, they were beaten and lost their titles. And in this match, we saw the debut of Max the Impaler. So what's that? 6 debuts so far on the show? Yeah, Max the Impaler debuted and basically, spooked the Shining Samurai and kind of, helped AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm pick up the win. Right after that, we went into an in-ring promo with Tony Khan, where he made a major announcement. He announced that Collision is coming after Full Gear, which, yeah, we're in September now. Full Gear is our next pay-per-view. It's coming up in November. So yeah, look forward to this. After Full Gear, we're going to be debuting Collision. I was kind of thinking about putting it on Mondays. The show is called Collision, so I think it would be kind of funny to just go after Monday Night Raw. Or, it could also be on Friday, maybe, go after SmackDown. Yeah, we will see with that. We will see. Also, Bryan Danielson is all elite. That was the second part of Tony Khan's announcement. So what's that? 7 debuts, I think? No, yeah. Crazy. 7 debuts on this pay-per-view. Bryan Danielson's here. Huge news. So that's cool. We had a Cody Rhodes promo that did really well. Got a 94, where he kind of, further teased his heel turn, which was very much telegraphed. But anyways, then we had Cody Rhodes win the world title from Kenny Omega, turning heel in the process to do so. It's not going to show it here, but I believe we had MJF provide a distraction, you know, kind of helping Cody get the win. Yeah. So the match started off as a babyface versus babyface, two good friends competing for the world title match, and yeah, it ended up being Cody Rhodes pulling the wool over his eyes, turning heel and stealing the title from him. All right, and that was all out. It got a 92, very successful show. It was watched by 9.2 million people. Jesus. All right, yeah, that's where we're at right now. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and look at the notes. Notepad time. You see here on the upcoming schedule, it is September 6th. We've got the end of, well, I guess this is technically the first anniversary. But yeah, 2-year anniversary of Dynamite coming up October 7th. Then about a little over a month after that, we got Full Gear coming up in November 14th. And then finally, winter is coming, December 2nd. So yeah, those are our next 3 big events coming up. There's also a Thanksgiving show somewhere in there. I believe like either the Dynamite right after Full Gear or the next one. But you know, I don't really care that much about Thanksgiving shows. I feel like they never, or at least in AEW, I feel like they don't really do anything special. They'll kind of just have like, maybe like Thanksgiving graphics on the ring apron. But yeah, anyways, I'm getting distracted. These are our next 3 upcoming shows. I've got, you know, some loose plans for what's to come. But yeah, there's a lot of factors in play right now. There's Cody Rhodes is the brand new world champion. We've got the story going on with Adam Page. We've got Kenny Omega, the former champion. Surely he's going to want a rematch. I think what makes the most sense for the next title defense is AJ Styles, because his team did win a War Games match. So it makes sense that he would be rewarded for that and get a title shot. So yeah, that'll probably be his first title defense. And then yeah, of course, there's Bryan Danielson. So yeah, there's a lot of possibilities moving forward. And then, you know, all the other championships and stuff, you know. Yeah, and I did things a little differently this time. Instead of pre-booking stuff, I kind of just wrote out some rough plans. I'm not going to go over them one by one just now, because we're going to do that when we book Dynamite. But yeah, here's a preview of what's to come tonight. Take a good look. Take it in. All right, it's time. Oh wait, and all right, we're not trying to sign. Oh, I'm thinking of the CMLL file where we're trying to re-sign Ultimo Guerrero. Whoops. Yeah, Ultimo Guerrero unfortunately is not on the roster here. Let's advance. It is Sunday. We need to get to Wednesday. And hey, let's get this in early for once. I never remember to do this, but if you're watching this video and you enjoy it, please leave a like. Comment down below and tell me your favorite part. Subscribe to the channel and be one of my amigos. Alright, there we go. Right. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope this video finds you in good spirits and in wealth. Yeah, you know, I've got some loose plans for some big matches to come, but I didn't have enough time to like pre-book 2 weeks worth of shows here. So we're definitely going to wing it a bit in this episode, which, you know, that's always fun, right? And, you know, we're fresh off a pay-per-view. We just had a bunch of people debut. You know, there's stuff to do. We still haven't debuted Chris Hero, I realized. I was looking over the roster earlier, and I realized Chris Hero could have debuted on the pay-per-view. That's fine though. He'll debut eventually. Viper has gotten married. All right, congratulations. Good for her. Yeah, let's see what's going on Raw. Let's see what our competition is looking like. 78. Lashley and Dolph Ziggler. Main event defeating Kevin Owens and Bray Wyatt. All right. This is what we're up against. Chad Gable, Braun Strowman, Charlotte, Nikki. A lot of women's matches there. Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey defeated the Iconics. I gotta see what SmackDown's looking like first. But yeah, I do think I want to put Collision on either Monday or Friday instead of Saturday. Just because, you know, if our pay-per-views are on Saturday, I don't want to have to remember every week to like cancel Collision or move it or something. It would just be simpler to not have it on Saturday. I mean, that's a bit away from now. I thought, you know, originally I thought that would be, there'd be like only like a month between All Out and Full Gear, but it turns out it's a bit longer than that. Yeah, one's in early September and the other's in like mid November. So yeah, I thought they were closer together, but they're not. That's okay. That's okay. We'll get there when we get there, and Collision will be there when it's there. Should we look at some of these morale issues? John, you good? He's mad about a match in June still? I feel like we go through this every week. Leo Rush probably just wants to be booked. Why does Bryan Anderson have morale issues? Oh, fired Rhett Titus. Okay. Alright, well, I don't want him to have morale issues because he literally just got here. So we're just gonna go ahead and throw a bunch of money at him. Here's like 25. Still annoyed? Alright, here's him. Alright, here is a whopping 50 grand. Alright, man. You know what? Imagine being this upset over Rhett Titus of all people. Flip Gordon wants to come up to the main roster. Flip Gordon, aren't you injured? Yeah, he's got a hernia. Look, man, heal up and we can talk about this in the future. I almost dropped my microphone just now. Dark show last night. Oh yeah, right. We're kayfabing and we're pretending that this Dark aired before the pay-per-view. All right, I'm stalling for no reason. Let's just go ahead. Oh, it's our 50th Dynamite. Would you look at that? Let's book Dynamite 50. All right. The pay-per-view is in the Great Lakes, so we'll hang out for a bit. We'll stay here. We're gonna draw a bit less. All right, we ran the pay-per-view in Ohio. Why don't we hit up Chicago for Dynamite? All right, you know, I would actually like some character ideas this time. I feel like we haven't gone for these in a while. Likely to succeed. All right, you guys can do a bit better than that. Come on now. A bit of gamble. We're moving in the wrong direction. But I still have faith. I believe in you guys. Last try. Third time's the charm. A safe bet for Walter specifically. All right. All right. All right. We made Davina Rose the trainer last time because Kimberly has a broken arm. Oh, Adam Page hanging out with Isaiah Cassidy. That's a fun pairing. Denise Salcedo doing some karaoke backstage. Fun, fun. All right, everybody's chill backstage. That's good. All right, it's time for some Dynamite. Okay, first things first, I don't even need to look at the notepad to remember this. We're starting the show with a big, nice, long Cody promo. Because he is the world champion after all. He just turned heel. He's probably the hottest act in the company right now. So yeah, why wouldn't? Let's go ahead and get Cody. Also, this whole time he's been managed by Brandy Rhodes, and I kind of forgot about that. So let's go ahead and have her in the background. All right, and yeah, Cody Rhodes, he's getting booed by the crowd, and he's cutting a promo about how he thinks people are just misunderstanding him, but he had to do this for too long. He's been too humble. He's been overly humble. He hasn't been stepping up to take his rightful place at the head of AEW. And, it's unfortunate that he had to step over a couple of his good friends to get there. But, in time, he thinks that they'll come to understand and they'll see why he did what he had to do. And, just essentially him being delusional and trying to rationalize screwing over Adam Page and Kenny Omega on the way to the championship. Let's get Maxwell off screen as well, because he'll say, when Maxwell Jacob Friedman was cutting these promos, a lot of people were upset by the things he said, but there was a lot of truth to them. There was a lot of truth to him saying that I was the main star of this company. If it wasn't for me, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Adam Page, they would all still be in New Japan, wrestling in small halls, doing tour shows. MJF helped me remember that I am Cody Rhodes. I am the grandson, the son of Dusty Rhodes, the legend. It's my star power, my experience, my charisma, my fame that made this company's very existence even possible. Right. Yeah, so we're gonna give him 6 minutes here. We're gonna add a second part. 3 minutes. Tease. All right, for this part, we're gonna do Cody Rhodes is going to be confronted by Sting. That's right. It's been a while since we've done anything with him. But yeah, out of all the people who can possibly come out and try to talk some sense into Cody, we're sending Sting out there. And yeah, basically Sting's gonna kind of come out and cut a promo on him where he's like, when I came to this company, I saw you and I saw the Elite, Kenny Omega, Adam Page, the Young Bucks. I saw a bunch of the other young guys in the locker room. And I thought that the future was so bright. I thought you guys were doing it the right way. There was no egos, no huge personalities, no divas, nobody trying to get in Tony Khan's ear and get creative control and this and that. And he's basically gonna tell Cody that he feels like he's heading down the wrong path, and there's not time for him to make things right. And Cody's just kind of gonna give him more delusional bullshit and just kind of be like, Sting, I thought of all people you would understand. All right, 9 minutes to open the show. Yeah, I think this should be a good segment. All right, now let's go ahead and look at my notes because I forgot everything else. Oh, right, yeah, we're gonna Andrade is gonna make his in-ring debut. Exciting. Need to change his name to Andrade El Idolo. But yeah, Andrade El Idolo, he is going to take on El Hijo del Fantasma in his official in-ring debut for AEW. And we're gonna, we're not playing around. We're gonna 15 minutes steal the show. Andrade's here. We want him to show that, he's not just a guy who wears nice suits and who's gonna cheat to win matches. He can also go when he needs to. He can back it up. So that's the kind of man Andrade is. All right, open match. Andrade to win, obviously. And let's do. Let's have Hijo del Fantasma. Let's do interference. Let's just do Garza, whatever. Let's go ahead and put everybody at ringside. We got Garza, we got Berto, Santana, Selena Larenta, I believe she's already managing him, so. And I mean, I guess on the other side, we can have Dragon Lee there. Go ahead and double check that actually is. Doesn't have a manager. Okay. All right, I'm hoping this is a really good match. Andrade is really over. Yeah, it should be good. We may change the order of some things here, but yeah, let's do the Don Callis and Swerve promo. I don't know if I want this to be in the ring or. Oh god, I got a coworker texting me. I'm scared. I believe Swerve Strickland has mic skills, so we might just have both of them speak. Oh, I mean, 50 to 80 is quite a range. It's quite a range. Here, we'll do this. I will have a 2-minute part where Don Callis comes out at first, and he's kind of gonna cut a promo, and then he's gonna introduce Swerve, and then we'll have Swerve come out, and Swerve will cut a promo. Callis, I don't know if I want him to work the crowd or just be in the background. Here, you can just be in the background. All right, Swerve Strickland is officially a part of AEW. And yeah, his debut angle is basically going to be that, he's here now. He's been busting his ass on the indies to get here. But now that he is finally here, he's going to make himself at home, and he is going to make AEW Swerve's house. And him and Don Callis, they're not in a rush. They're not here for a fast time. You know, they're here for the long haul. They know that it's gonna, little by little, they're gonna have to move up the ladder, and they're ready to do it. And they just, they know that anyone in their way better watch out, which includes Kenta, who found that out at all. Right. All right. I want AJ Styles to cut a promo because, yeah, him and SCU won a War Games match. So yeah, it really does make sense for him to get a crack at Cody first. Hype. All right, AJ Styles. Character development. Let's get Renee out here. Oh, whoa, not Bandito. AJ Styles, of course, is going to cut a promo. He's going to bury Jon Moxley and the Death Riders. He's going to show, he finally showed that he's better than Jon Moxley, and he can finally move past that and get back to what he came here to do, which is to go after the AEW World Championship. He's known Cody for a long time. He thinks he's acting strange lately. He doesn't really know what's up. But he's not going to concern himself with that. But when the time comes and they have to meet in the ring, he's going to give it everything he's got. Just pure babyface AJ Styles, bro. We should probably adjust some of our storylines. We're probably going to move AJ Styles into the world title storyline. All right, we'll do that in a bit. Do we have an angle idea we can use? I know AJ Styles is not the best promo. A bunch of likelies. I'm feeling lucky. I'm feeling lucky today. Let's go for it. All right, and I remember after that, I wanted to do a beer money match. They made their official debut as a team at the pay-per-view. But yeah, unfortunately, that match went to a draw. So we're gonna get them out here, and they're gonna look to get their first win. All right, so let's see who they can face. I kind of feel like Private Party are like they've been our designated jobbers for a bit. So yeah, and I think Private Party versus Beer Money just sounds like a fun match. So yeah, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Quinn, Beer Money, Private Party. What a match. And yeah, let's give the win to Bobby Roode. We're going to Tainted win. We're going to have Isaiah Cassidy. He's going to be attacked by Lance Archer. Because yeah, they don't forget that Beer Money is a part of Suzuki-gun. Yeah, we'll just have Lance Archer be at ringside the whole match. Just being big and intimidating. Right. All right. Wanted to do a Briscoe money, a Briscoe Brothers beer money promo after the match. I don't know. Let's just keep booking these matches actually, and then we'll figure it out. I don't even know if this is a full show I've got here. No, wait. Ah, I forgot to borrow. Damn. I wanted to borrow 3 people from Stardom, and I forgot to borrow all 3 of them. And it's too late. Ah. All right. All right. So I guess that match isn't happening. Let's book the main event. They haven't even been on the show yet. We're gonna do Adam Page and AJ Styles, Kenny Omega. Even though Adam Page and MJF just wrestled at the pay-per-view, and it's very unlike MJF to take another match so soon, we're gonna do Adam Page and Kenny Omega versus MJF and Tom Lawler. Tony Khan imposing his status as CEO here, making this match. And even though this is the main event, and I normally don't want to do this, I think we should make this a storytelling match. I mean, yeah, of course, Kenny Omega has great psychology. Yeah. Alright, this is gonna be a storytelling match. You know what? Let's have Adam Page get the win here. Or no, we're gonna give Kenny Omega the win here. Because, you know, even though he lost the championship, he is Kenny Omega still. We're definitely gonna try to run Cody versus Kenny Omega 2 because it did really well. So yeah, let's just keep him out here. Let's give him the win. MJF just lost at the pay-per-view, so we'll have Tom Lawler lose this. I know we're doing a lot of interference and distraction on this show. But yeah, here was my idea for this. We're gonna have MJF. It's gonna be distracted by yeah, Sting. He was in the opening segment on the show, and here he is back in the main event. We've got at ringside, we've got Jonah. And, you know, basically Sting, you know, he's seen the connection. He's seen what's going on between MJF and Cody Rhodes. And, you know, he doesn't like it. He doesn't like their cheating ways. He doesn't like their mischievery, if that's a word. Their mischievousness. So yeah, he decided to take matters into his own hands here and, you know, come down there and help out Kenny Omega and Adam Page. So yeah, this is definitely going to be our main event. Yeah, I really am annoyed at myself for not bringing in the people I wanted to bring in for that women's tag match. We can still run a women's tag match, but yeah. See, what I wanted to do here was well, originally I wanted to do Hannah Kimura and Martina teaming with Kaylee Ray and Mayu Iwatani. But then I remembered that Mayu Iwatani is has a dislocated hip or something like that, so she's injured. Yeah, and I wanted to bring in Konami because Konami, I checked Stardom and she's a part of Odeotai there. So yeah, I just thought it would be a fun, cool kind of Stardom kind of match to do here. But yeah, I fucked myself over. I didn't bring in Kaylee Ray and Konami. So let's see what we can do about this. Let's get Hannah Kimura and Martina. I mean, mean, there is always option Suri, I guess, right? She's not really over, but she's really good. I've kind of been against the idea of putting her in Tokyo Cyber Squad, literally just because I think she's a bit too good. I don't want her to outshine Hana Kimura and Hana Kimura's group. But yeah, she would definitely be a good addition to this match we're booking. Who else is there? I mean, there's Emi Sakura, but that would be very random. And yeah, she's less over than Suri. Leave it to me to ruin my own fun. Anna, Martina, Davina, and Mia taking on Kagetsu, Rina, Yamashita, Jessica Havoc, Allison Gay. Oh, right. Quick entrance. I mean, this isn't as fun of a match, but it's pretty good. It's good enough. You know, we can work. Ooh, I should not have clicked that match history button. Oh no. Alright guys, if the stream suddenly ends... Oh, okay. I was gonna say if the stream suddenly ends, it's because my laptop exploded. Yeah, I should not have clicked that. Anyways, I want to give the win to Hannah here. Have Hannah go over Rena. Clean win. Alright, I think that's that. Alright, we only need 36 more minutes. Alright, I want the Deaf Riders to get a match. We're probably not gonna do another 4v4. We could just have Pac, Virgil, and Shingo just body somebody, body a trios team. So let's see. I mean, you know what? No, John doesn't need to be in this match. We have them just squash best friends for no reason. No, let's do all right, what kind of match are we even trying to book here? Do I want it to be a squash or do I want a competitive match? You know, we're gonna come back to this because I really don't know who. I know I want the Death Riders on the show in a match, but I just don't know against who. So we're gonna book something else. Let's do. I didn't write this down. I almost forgot it. Bryan Danielson needs to cut his debut promo. How could we forget that? All right, yeah, you know how this is already gonna go. You know, typical. You know, AEW is where the best wrestlers are. It's the place to be. I saw AEW and I knew I had to be a part of it. I knew I had to be here to face the best wrestlers in the world. Yada yada yada. Crowd's doing the yes chants. All right, we're just gonna do 6 minutes character development and see how it goes. Yeah, I think that makes sense before the main event. We can tease it throughout the show. Like, don't go anywhere. We're gonna have the debut of Bryan Danielson, or the Dynamite debut of Bryan Danielson. Let's get another backstage segment going. All right, we're gonna have Adam Page cut a promo backstage. I did not mean to rhyme there. He's talking to Melissa Santos, and he's basically saying that, you know, I get it, I understand. Every wrestler comes into this business with the hopes and dreams of someday becoming the world champion, becoming the top guy. I get that, Cody. But why you felt the need to not only betray me, but to turn your back on your other close friend, Kenny Omega. Turn your back on the Young Bucks to so flagrantly align yourself with a piece of shit like MJF. You know what? We're gonna have this be 1 minute. Minute backstage, shadowing. Oh yeah, like I said, we're gonna have Adam Page. He's gonna get jumped in the middle of his fiery promo. He's gonna get jumped by MJF, Tom Lawler, Jonah Rock. You know, MJF, even though he lost to Adam Page, he's not done with him. You know, now if anything, now he hates him even more. And yeah, he has all the more reason to come after him. And we're gonna have Kenny Omega make the save. You know, of course, we're gonna have a bunch of security guards break it up, and then a bit later in the show, we're gonna say that Tony Khan, we've been given word that Tony Khan has made official for tonight, our main event. Yeah, MJF, Tom Lawler facing Adam Page and Kenny Omega. Gonna do Alright, even though Hana Kimura is wrestling, I think I want to do you know what? No, we're just gonna give her an in-ring promo. All right, yeah, we were saying earlier how we basically the angle we're running with is that Hannah Kimura had the match won, and Awesome Kong kind of stole it right out from under her. So yeah, we're gonna have Hannah Kimura after winning the match. She's gonna cut a promo, basically saying, you know, Awesome Kong, you know, I almost won that match. You didn't beat me. You beat Kagetsu. I want you one-on-one. And yeah, we will at a later time have Stokely respond to this. Probably not on the show. Kind of weird to ever cutting this promo with Davina, Mia Yim there, but whatever. It was originally supposed to be Kaylee Ray. Hey, let's choose another one of those likelies too. What do we have to lose? Oh, there's no wild ball on the show. Okay, we need to rectify that situation. It's a lot of people. Wow. Oh, we can borrow CM Punk. Let's just use some of our guys. Whatever. Or screw it. John Moxley, Pac, and Fergal are going to take on the trio of, you know them, you love them. They are I mean, I think Dalton and Aaron Noir can brawl, right? I mean, we could do Cancel VR again. Although, I don't know. Cancel Me Hard, John Mox, the interaction feels too big to just be doing it as a throwaway match. What else do we have though? All right, 10-minute Wild Brawl. Death Riders are here. They're pissed. Yeah, John Moxley's gonna get the win. Here, let's protect Kento. Let's have him beat Dalton. All right, Shingo at ringside. All right, thank you everybody involved. All right, we only need 10 more minutes. All right, so who's not? Oh yeah, the Young Bucks are not on the show. Walter's not on the show. Best friends. Walter is a star now. I think he was well known before, so that's good. We're definitely just gonna give him a promo. Oh, FTR, right? All right, here we're gonna do an FTR Young Bucks segment. Everybody, close your eyes. All right, 2 minutes. We're gonna have Young Bucks come out. They're gonna celebrate their title victory at all out, and yeah, they're gonna address the elephant in the room immediately and say, you know, seems like every time we win a match on the pay-per-view, a team debuts and they want a piece of us. So, let's not beat around the bush. FTR, get your asses out here. Right, and let's see which one of the members of FTR cut a promo. 62, 70, 70, 78. All right. All right, dueling Young Bucks FTR promo. Right, only 4 more minutes. All right, I just said I was gonna give Walter a promo, right? I don't really know what's coming up for Walter. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. So we're just gonna give him a generic promo featuring RJ City. And you can talk about Orange Cassidy since he beat him at the pay-per-view. Let's see. We can give Latin Mafia a promo maybe. Yeah, you know what? Let's do just that. Or here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a backstage segment where basically we're backstage with Hijo de Fantasma. He's being checked out by the trainers. Latin Mafia is basically gonna roll up, and they're not gonna attack him though. They're gonna just cut a promo. And of course, Dragon Lee's there, and Andrade is basically gonna be like, "Look, Dragon Lee, my brother." Are they brothers? I think they're brothers. I could be wrong about that, but he's gonna be like, Dragon Lee, I've known you for so long. We may or may not be brothers. You might want to think about who you're hanging out with and who you're spending time around. You might want to make sure you're aligning yourself with the right people, if you know what I'm saying. There's a big group. We gotta get a lot of guys in here. Santana, Ortiz. They're all dressed. They're all very well dressed. Not all of them are as well dressed as Andrade because, of course, he's the leader. But I could just see Ortiz rocking the tank top with the suspenders combo. Maybe his little hat. It's brown leather. I could see it. Right. There's a lot of promos on the show. I don't know where to put this. We're gonna put it here. And you know what? Let's make this match a little longer. I mean, we can give one more minute to this. Just make it a full 15-minute segment. All right, and I think that's gonna do it for this Dynamite. We can always get Awesome Kong and Stokely on Dark. Penta and Phoenix, unfortunately, probably have to be on Dark. All right, but yeah, we got the new champion, Cody Rhodes promo. Sting's back. Andrade's here. Swerve's here. Beer Money. Adam Page promo. Oh god, I just know this main event is gonna get like. I mean, I would love this main event to like an 85 or something, but I'm gonna guess it gets at 80. So I'm gonna guess that the show itself will get a, let's see, what have we been getting lately? 83 last time, 84, 86, 84. All right, you know what? I'm gonna guess that we're gonna kind of stay in that range, and I'm gonna guess 83. All right, so we're looking for an 83. Oh, and before anything, actually, let's go ahead and never mind. Never mind. I was gonna book a dark match, but never mind. We don't have to. All right, let's run the show. 83. We're starting off the show super hot. I've got the opening segment, New World Champion Sting, in a promo, and I mean, New World Champion Cody Rhodes, excuse me, cutting a promo. I've got him being confronted by Sting, and it went over very well. Got a 95. Oh, 78 match for Andrade's in-ring debut. We gave him a 15 minutes. We told him to steal the show. And yeah, they did just that. Really good match. Welcome to AEW Andrade. Please don't leave and then come back. All right, all right. So the part where Don Callis spoke only got a 48, but the part with Swerve got a 73. So in the future, we know to just let Swerve speak. It turns out. Although Don Callis has better mic skills, but Swerve is actually over, and I think I don't think Don Callis is exactly like, how popular is Don Callis? Oh, and Swerve did good without a script. Good. I mean, Don Callis is recognizable, actually. Oh, why did he do so bad? All right, anyways. AJ Styles promo. He struggled to go off script, but the angle idea helped a little, so he got a 67. And yeah, he is officially the new #1 contender. So at some point in the future, we will be doing AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes. Look forward to it. We've got Beer Money taking on Private Party in a match which they negotiated a very favorable contract for. Very favorable for them specifically. All right, yeah, we had Bobby Roode pick up the win over Isaiah Cassidy. Good match, good match. Oh, you know what? I forgot to book a Briscoe Brothers promo after the match. We'll do that on Dark. 75 promo, Walter. Just bearing Orange Cassidy. You can only joke your way out of so many situations. You need to be a serious wrestler like me. All right, backstage segment, important segment to the show with Adam Page being attacked by MJF and his boys, being saved by Kenny Omega. 74. All right, women's 8-woman action. Jesus Christ, I just had a stroke. 79, really good. The wrestling rating and the crowd rating do not add up. It does not add up, but we will take it for sure. Allison K's gimmick is getting stale. All right. 64 promo. All right. I'm glad the angle idea was a success. I'm glad. I want to say she's getting better, but I'm really not sure because we use an angle idea, so I'm not sure how much that helped. I hope she's getting better. We keep giving her these promos. All right, backstage segment with Andrade and Latin Mafia, essentially trying to intimidate Dragon Lee into, telling him, hey, you're spending your time hanging out with a loser like Hijo de Fantasma. You need to get your head straight. You need to join us. 74. FTR making their Dynamite debut gets a 71. I'm surprised. The part where it was just the Young Bucks did even better than the part with FTR. Wow. Yeah, this is a very surprising result for this promo. Ooh, Death Riders, pissed, fresh off their loss at All Out, taking on the unlikely trio of Kento Miyahara and Bird Reference, Dalton Castle and Cara Noir. In a wild brawl and getting an 80. Yeah. I imagine you get some attempts at comedy from Dalton Castle. You get some heat on Cara Noir, and then you got Kento Miyahara, fighting back and really, making it seem like the underdog team can pick up the win before they get crushed by the Death Rider. All right, 80 match. Whoa, Bryan Danielson, 69? Dude, no way. No way. He's got 85 to 93 mic skills. Yeah, he's super. That's unfortunate. I don't know if that was just we got a really bad roll or what, but man, I really expected that to do. Like, I wasn't expecting him to do Cody numbers, but I thought he'd at least be like in the 80s or 70s at least. Man. All right, on to the main event. A 78. Pretty good match, advancing the plot. It would have been maybe a bit better if it wasn't a storytelling match, but that is in fact what was happening here. Yeah, the Elite, Adam Page and Kenny Omega get a win over MJF and Tom Lawler, thanks to a little help from their boy Sting. Oh, an 86. Look at that. Even better than I hoped. All right. The successful Dynamite. All right, let's book some Dark. Woohoo! Cody and Leo Rush. It's really annoying that we have people like just seeing Leo Rush reminds me of this. We have so many people who won't work the B show, but it makes no sense because if you're already here for Dynamite, It's not like we're having Leo Rush or Claudio Castagnoli or whoever fly in an extra day. It's like they're already at the venue. Just go wrestle. Let me go ahead and take a sip of water here. 1 second. Let's go ahead and get those angles that we didn't book on Dynamite on here. 3 minutes backstage. Or you know what? Actually, no. I was gonna just give the Briscoes a backstage promo. Well, we can give them a match here. Oh, I'm looking for show history. Jesus Christ. Let's see who they can wrestle. You know, I want to get them in. I kind of want to give them a match with Butcher and Blade, but I feel like I've done this already. Yes, I did. I mean, we can do a rematch. Why not? We're gonna win the mark. All right, I'll give them a 3-minute segment where they're gonna kind of they're gonna call out beer money, and you know they're gonna say, you know, at All Out, us and beer money, we had, you know, we put on what was shaping up to be a great match, to be a match for the ages. Those cowards decided that when the time limit expired, they didn't want no more of the Briscoe brothers. They didn't want to keep wrestling us. They took the easy way out and they ran off. Well, you know what, beer money? There's only so far you guys can run. Right. Oh yeah, because we're definitely gonna run this match back again soon. Because yeah, they got a 75 off of a time limit draw. So I imagine that if we just had a one of the teams win, it would have got done a bit better. So yeah, we'll definitely run it back at some point. Or you know, let's have the promo be before the match actually. Switch it up. All right, now, you know, we saw You know, we saw Dragon Lee. He made a cameo appearance on Dynamite. Let's go. Let's look. All right, Dragon Lee. I'm going to guess is unimportant. Yes. Okay. Yoda Phantasma. Recognizable. All right, I want to get Dragon Lee in there somehow, but although we've already done Dragon Lee and Phantasma versus Garza and Humberto. I mean, let's just give Dragon Lee a singles match. Where you at? Laredo Kid is a heel. I changed his photo to the black mask because he's a heel. Oh, he's the world television champion. All right, maybe not you. You're lucky. Who's the better of the two? Is it Thompson or is it Locke? I think it's Lottie. I can't find a tag match with them. Oh, here we go. Oh, it was Green logo. All right. Anyways, so got a 47. Toxin, where you at? I don't know. It seems like Latigo's the better of the two. You know what? I just realized we're probably gonna get penalized for them not being over. So let's go ahead and get damn it. Let's go ahead and get Gringo logo in here too. We'll make it a tag. You know what? This doesn't have to steal the show, actually. We're just going to have Dragon Lee get the win. Right. Get like a women's match going. Okay. I'm looking for a solid heel. I mean, Cerie's good. You know what? On second thought, maybe we forego the women's match this week. I don't know. Oh, you know what? Actually, we can we can have Moose beat somebody. He did just debut. All right, who's a babyface? How do I All right, I don't know. Oh, Vikingo's a face. I don't know. Kip Sabian's face? That's interesting. I thought he was a heel. Sorry, Willer. Sorry, Willer Yuta. Fresh off his debut win, Moose is going to take on Wheeler Yuta. We're going to do distraction for this. Wheeler Yuta will be distracted by good old Jim Ross. And you know, Brian Cage and Joe Doring are there. They're there too. All right, the show's like almost nearly booked, but we need a couple promos so we don't get penalized. All right, let's do the classic AEW Dark Stokely promo. Yeah, Stokely, you know, just kind of the same old, you know. At All Out Awesome Kong proved that, without a doubt, definitively, she is better than the entire AEW Women's Division, and yet they still want to run their mouths. They still want to call us out. Well, guess what, Hannah Kimura? You need to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Also, they're dating in the game, actually, so a fun little wrinkle there. Let's give the Lucha Brothers promo. Yeah. Oh, whoops. Mafia. There we go. I know how to spell. Yeah. The Lucha Brothers at the pay-per-view were kind of screwed by Santana and Ortiz, and they're. Oh well, no. Actually, they won, but it was by DQ. So they were attacked, right? And then Andrade made his debut, so they're gonna cut a promo here, and you know, yeah. Cielo Meadow. What else are they gonna say? Andrade, Garza, Humberto, Santana, Ortiz. Okay. All right. Oh, and actually, we should have done this before we ran friggin' Dynamite. But anyways, let's go ahead and look at these world title scenes. Cody is not even here. This storyline, which is still ongoing, kind of. Let's go ahead. I want to remove all these guys. You know what, actually? Maybe we'll do this after dark, after I take my break. I was just looking at that screen and my mind, Charles! That's an X-Men the Animated Series reference. I think this episode is going to get a 85. It's going to be a super strong episode of Dark for some reason. I don't know. Moose is going to have the best match of his life suddenly. All right, let's run it. All right, 56. We're not off to a great start. 56 promo. All right, Briscoe Brothers take on. They have what is a rematch against Butcher and Blade. 67. All right, Lucha Bros promo. 66. Okay, we're simmering. Not too hot now. Not too hot. Careful. We've got a Steel Show. Or was this a Steel Show match? No, it wasn't actually. Dragon Lee and Ilda Fantasma picking up a win over Latigo and Gringo Loco. Dragon Lee get a 73, even though he's unimportant. Wow. Man. Yeah, I can't wait to book him more. All right, the show's picking up. Stokely Hathaway, clearly enjoying the freedom to go off script. I'm assuming it helps that he's dating Hana Kimura. You know, he has a little more motivation to do well in this feud. All right, not a great main event. 64. Yeah, Moose continues his winning streak. Moving up to 2-0 in AEW. Not even close. Not even close to an 85. And this is with the angle bonus. Yeah, I vastly overestimated how good the show would be, and that's okay. All right, we're in $1.8 million anyways. We gained a bunch of popularity. I wonder. Pretty soon we should start being able to run like the Midlands and Europe, maybe. Oh, and Kanto, 77. Whoa. Huh. Running Dynamite and ROH on the same day. We should probably move ROH to like Thursday or something. Oh, 76. ROH has been doing way better since we took over and essentially gutted like 90% of the roster and put in our guys. see. Oh, NXT right there. Oh, 71. Wow, not ROH doing better than NXT. Oh, maybe we should leave them on Wednesdays. John Moxley, not a fan of Jessica Havoc. You know, she seems like the type of wrestler he'd like. I'm a little surprised at this. I would assume John Moxley would be into Jessica Havoc. Yeah, it's interesting. Rina Yamashita feeling the effects of a grueling schedule. God, you always get this with the Joshi because they all work like 4 companies. Like let's go ahead and look. Yeah, she's working for us. She's working for Oz Academy, Seedling, and Wave. You know, I like for my Joshi wrestlers to be wrestling other places, getting a bunch of experience. But if they're gonna be all banged up like this, we might. Excuse me, I suddenly have to burp there. You know, I might think about just bringing her in exclusively. We're not going to do that right now, though. I remember that's what I did for Hikaru Shida, actually, though. Graduate, first refusal. Okay, I refuse. Yeah, this guy is not real, and he stinks. Oh yeah, I'm sure some company will love to have a fake AI generated guy though. All right, yeah. So we've been streaming for 1 hour and 39 minutes. I think it's about time that I take my break, get up, and stretch these legs. Actually, yeah. I think when we come back, we need to. We've got the anniversary show coming up. Not super soon, but you know, soon enough. Where I think it will be good for us to kind of try to what's the word here? Like long-term book what we're trying to do there so we know what we're building up to. Yeah, so maybe we'll do a little bit of that when I get back, and then we'll book some more Dynamite and some more Dark. Yeah, so all that is for me to say. If you are enjoying this, please don't go anywhere. Okay, and we are back. A bit of a longer week there. Sorry about that. But yeah, let's proceed. Let's get things rolling. I realized during my break, I wanted to get you know, at least get AJ Lee and Nikki Cross a promo on Dark. You know, I forgot to get them on Dynamite, so I wanted to get them on Dark, and just totally forgot to do that. Yeah. I mean, it's cool though. We'll get them on. We'll get them on Dynamite. They're the new women's tag champs. We can say like they took a week off to celebrate their win. WWE keeping Paul Heyman. We didn't even try to sign him. Right. You know, it's funny. You know, I was looking at some stuff off screen the other day, and you know, I was thinking to myself, I was like, you know, if I wanted to, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and Paul Heyman were all available at the same time, I could have just brought them in as like a group, you know, just all these guys who are just super over, and we could have just done that. But I was just like, oh, like, it's just three people I don't like. You know. SmackDown only getting an 80. So SmackDown and Raw kind of similar. Their range seems low 80s. Yeah, we'll keep this in mind. We probably will end up doing Collision on Monday. I just think it'll be really funny. Just fuck Raw. Oh, what did CMLL do? They did Anniversario, whatever number this is. Titan versus Roosh, main event. Wow. Good for Titan. Winning in the main event of Anniversario. Sheesh. Carisico. Barbaro Cavernario. He's sick. I mean, a 70, kind of disappointing for one of their like big shows. Just, me doing a CMLL save. I'm very critical of them right now. Frankie Kazarian fully recovered. I didn't know he was injured. Let's just keep going. No, I really need to think about what we're doing with the women's division. I think Hannah Kimura versus Awesome Kong should be at least a decent match. And Hannah Kimura very well could be the next women's champion. Although I don't know if I want to... I don't know if I want her to just straight up win the first time I run the match. So... But I'm considering it. And then, with the women's tag champs, I feel like we need something for Davina to do. So I think Davina and Mia Yim going after those titles now could be fun. Although then it's where does that leave Hikaru Shida and Mika Wada? And then also it's what the hell is Bianca Belair doing? Uma King gone from PWG. Damn, dude, we let this guy go. He's just unemployed now? Man. Tragic story. 30 years old. Yeah, we let him go. He was one of the cuts. Dalton Castle and Jenny Rose have split up. Oh, very sad. Unfortunate. What's going on in the Battle of Los Angeles? Go on. Oh yeah, and I said we were gonna try to do a little bit of long-term booking. So yeah, we're gonna do that in a second. Who's Ryan Katz? I'm not even gonna look. Just some NXT goober. Some rando. Oh, Sammy Guevara won the Battle of Los Angeles. Ah. Ooh. I was so excited to see who won it, and it was Sammy Guevara. All right. Well, congratulations. Shout out to Sammy Guevara, I guess. Begrudging shout out. Here's some money. Maybe later. Let's just get up to Wednesday and then we'll rebook. Cause yeah, I know we're gonna do Cody versus AJ Styles. Here's the thing. I was looking back at our first Dynamite to see, because so with the anniversary coming up, I wanted to see what we did on that show. And as it turns out, I think we had Sting debut on that show. Like, let's go ahead and look, actually. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure we had Sting debut. Yeah, Brawl after main event, lights out Sting. Was he here before then? Oh, okay, no, he was at All Out. Okay, so maybe he actually debuted at All Out, but then he was at Dynamite 1. Okay. To see, I was thinking. Now stick with me here, people. Hear me out. I was thinking it would be pretty fun to have Sting versus Cody on the anniversary Dynamite. But the problem is we named AJ Styles the #1 contender. We don't need the All Out card here. We already ran the show. I mean, we did this. Let's do this. All right. We've got these 3 big shows coming up. We've got anniversary show, Full Gear, and Winter is coming. And we know we want to do AJ or Cody versus AJ. We want to get Cody versus Kenny Omega 2 in there at some point. And we want to do I really would like to do Cody versus Sting. See, I wanted to do Cody versus Sting at the anniversary show first, and then do Cody versus AJ or Kenny at Full Gear, but we kind of we made AJ the #1 contender. So I feel like it's gotta be Cody versus AJ at the anniversary show. We just hold off of it. We do Cody versus somebody at the pay-per-view, and then we do Cody versus Sting at Winter is Coming. All right, let's write this down. Tentative plans, nothing set in stone. All right, so these are the likely plans. I mean, because I'm like 99% sure we're not going to put the world title on Sting, but yeah, I just think it would be a cool way to do the match. Cody and Sting have kind of been interacting since for the entirety of Sting being here. So yeah, I just think it would be a cool match. Personally, I would like to see that as the main event of Full Gear, but I just know in terms of the game, Sting, let's see. I don't even remember the last time we booked. Oh, we didn't have him at All Out? Wow. Huh. What was I going? Oh. Sting, match history. Right, he really has not wrestled that much at all for us. Yeah, his most recent match, we had Sting, Cody, Kenny, and the Young Bucks up against John Moxley, Pac, Shingo, and Santana and Ortiz. And before that, he wrestled John Moxley in a cage. I got a 77, actually. It's not bad. Oh, hell yeah. Sting got a 58. So, yeah, it was all Mox. Seven. 5. All right. I mean, yeah, so, all right. I guess we just shouldn't run that at the pay-per-view. All right. I just wanted to check. Also, here. How's 50 Grand sound? Right, he's happy. Okay, and for the anniversary show, also, you know what? Yeah. All right, we're gonna do Awesome Kong, Hannah Kimura at the anniversary show for the title. I do think AJ Mendez and Nikki Cross versus Davina and Mia Yim would be a good match. I don't know when we'll do that. Right, and oh yeah, and at that we can do, yeah. Of course, we can do the Bucks versus FTR at the anniversary show. All right, yeah, so that's enough, I think, for now. 3 title matches to build towards. Of course, we've got a bunch of other stuff like Latin Mafia and Swerve. Beer Money versus Briscoes 2. That could probably also be on the show. We gotta figure out what the hell the Death Riders are gonna do. All right, let's see here. Oh, Wee Man. Who the hell is this guy? He's not like Wee Man from Jackass. Oh, he's a manager. Okay, that makes a little more sense. Huh, I don't know. I don't like the cut of this guy's gym. Look at this face. Glad WWE kept him. I keep that guy away from me. All right, it is September 16th. Let us get out of the Great Lakes. We haven't been to the Mid-Atlantic since August, so yeah, let's go there. Although wait, that's actually not. I'm thinking. I thought it said April. We haven't been to the Northwest since April. All right, let's run this 10,000 seat arena in Washington. All right, we were looking for character ideas last time. It didn't go too well. We're gonna try again. Let's try to warm them up first with some angle ideas, though. Try to ease our way into it. Oh, near certainty for Wagner. Okay. Okay. Let's try. Let's go for character idea. Let's go. And a bit of a gamble. Okay. I still believe in you guys. Please, Maria, Brian Danielson, please. Let's get it together. Oh, a safe bet. There we go. I just had to believe in them. I had to want it. All right, we got a character idea. Who's that for? I'm not sure, but we got it. Oh, Roman Reigns wants to hang out. Are you still toxic though? Will we get in trouble with the fans if we let him hang out? Sure, come on in, man. Whatever. All right, Rose, Cody. Oh, that's it, huh? All right. I unlike the last show, I did not plan ahead for this one, so this is gonna be real interesting. Once again, I did not call those people from Stardom. I was thinking during the break, oh, maybe I can bring one of them in and do like a singles match with Hannah, but I guess not. um. All right, whatever. Let's go ahead and book an angle. Well, let's just start things off right. Let's do the AJ Mendez promo we forgot to do last week. Storm with the crowd. Oh, I think we need to bring in Maxie and Taylor. Did they gain anything from interfering at the pay-per-view? I don't know if they did. Here, we're gonna do this actually. All right, 1 minute backstage. We've got Melissa Santos, and she is talking to Davina Rose. All right, she's talking to Davina Rose. And then yeah, we're gonna have AJ Mendez, the classic. Somebody walks up on the ongoing interview. We have AJ Mendez, Nikki Storm, and Max D and Baylor show up. And yeah, we're kind of gonna do an angle here. We're gonna have AJ Mendez kind of run down Davina Rose. She's gonna be like, well, isn't it Davina Rose, the first ever AEW Women's Champion? It must feel good, right? It must be nice to be handpicked, the chosen one. You know, one of the earliest signings to the company, given the opportunity to compete for the championship. You know, what an honor it must have been. And Davina Rose kind of be like, look, AJ, like, you know, cut the crap. You know, I won the championship fair and square, the same way you won your championship fair and square. She's gonna do air quotes. And she's gonna be like, you know, if you want to keep running your mouth, why don't we run our mouths in the ring? And should I do intimidation? How intimidating is Max? 75 minutes? Although they have literally no pop. We're just gonna do background there. All right, but yeah, basically crazy AJ just getting in Davina's face. Kind of just being a jerk, to sum it up. And I imagine AJ Mendez can have like a zinger, like, after Davina Rose says, "Why don't we talk about it in the ring?" AJ Mendez could be like, "Oh, well, oh, the last time you were in the ring, you lost, right?" At the pay-per-view, and the crowd's gonna be like, "Oh," and yeah, then AJ Mendez will be like, "Here, why don't you stay back here, and we'll go show you how it's done." And yeah, we're gonna have AJ Mendez and Nikki Storm take on the team of give me Roxy, give me Sari. I've actually made Roxy and Sari a tag team in Dev. I think I named them like the Pocket Rockets or something. Yeah, because Sari's got a lot more experience than Roxy, so I'm hoping some of that skill rubs off. AJ, Nikki, Sari. AJ Mendez is gonna get the win. No, too distracted. Gonna have Sari distracted by Max. And I actually want to put Max at ringside here. See if that gets some more pop. All right, we got your women's action right here. Hey. Oh, hey, actually, I also want to say this. Yeah, we've got this group now. AJ Mendez, who is crazy, and very vindictive. Nikki Storm, who is just straight up crazy, and Max the Impaler, who is scary. So, yeah, if anybody's got a suggestion for a name, I'm totally open to that because I don't know. I don't have any. I'm sure I could think of something, but I haven't so far. So yeah, if anybody's got a name, let me know. Drinking a little bit more water. We can have Swerve debut, or we can have FTR debut, maybe. I feel like Swerve Strickland, in his promo, he was kind of teasing that he's gonna take his time. So maybe we just give him another promo and he can debut like next week. I don't know, why don't we do this? I mean, what if we do... God, what am I even trying to say here? Party, okay. I kind of want to do like Kenta and a tag team versus Moose, Joe Doring, and Brian Cage, maybe. But I don't know what the tag team would be. I was thinking Private Party, but I just had them job last week. And I mean, ultimately, I want. You know what? Actually, yeah. Ultimately, I want Kenta to debut Chris Hero as his partner, but I don't want if he just shows up randomly. It's kind of nothing. I don't know. We'll just give Kenta a single. Kenta ever wrestled Psychopath? Also, can Psycho Clown brawl? Not really. All right, random match. Kenta picking up a win over Psycho Clown. All right, post match. All right, we're gonna have Kenta get attacked again by Swerve Strickland. No, not back player, victim. Here, we'll have this part be 1 minute. And then we're gonna have Swerve cut a quick. We'll give him 3 minutes. Have Swerve cut a promo. Essentially just kind of cutting a promo, not even saying that he wants to like wrestle Kenta specifically, just saying like, I'm better than this guy. So, if you guys think this guy's cool, wait till I debut, which, it's not tonight, but, when I do debut, it's going to be sick. Is Swerve in the storyline? Oh. Okay. All right. What's going on with Cody and the whole main event scene, basically? Oh, right. We had these guys get a win thanks to Sting. All right, let's give Sting a promo. You can open the show. You know what? I've got it. We're gonna do Sting character development here. Kind of similar to what he did last week. He's cutting a promo. He doesn't understand what he doesn't like the path that Cody is choosing to go down right now, and he wants Cody to reconsider. To think about his legacy and how he wants to be remembered in the business. We're gonna have Cody come out, kind of just to respond to him. Let's have Brandy in tow. And yeah, it's kind of gonna start out as a thing where Cody's like, I respect you, Sting. I really do. That's why I'm hearing you out, and I'm willing to listen to you. But you need to understand that my legacy is for me to carve out, and it's not for you to say. And regardless of if you or Adam Page or Kenny Omega understand what I'm saying and doing, it doesn't matter. And yeah, basically things are gonna keep on escalating throughout this promo. To the point, we're finally gonna have Cody. He's gonna shock everyone. You know, after just saying he respects Cody, we're gonna have Cody attack Sting. He's gonna look to get him in the crossroads. Oh wait. No, he's gonna attack Sting from behind when his back is turned, like a true heel. And we're gonna have AJ Styles make the save here. Because we have established that AJ and Sting are friends, and AJ's the #1 contender. So yeah, this is a way to kind of build towards it. All right, cool. Another 9-minute segment to open the show. See, we couldn't do this kind of stuff when Kenny Omega was the champion. You give him a 9-minute promo, and it's like, oh no, the segment got a 50. All right, and you know what? Let's go ahead and think we're gonna have FTR debut here. Man, why does it feel like we're so short on babyface teams? Do we have one in Dev? I mean, yeah, we've got Top Flight. All right, let's get him in here. All right, FTR debut match. Do we tell him to steal the show with Top Flight? Or because we can just have them like squash them, but then it's like we still need to steal the show. We're just gonna give him the win for now. Okay. And I mean, I think AJ Styles, him being in the opening segment, it would be cool if he could be in the main event. So let's see, who's AJ gonna wrestle? AJ versus Moose would be fun, but I don't know if it would be good. And we just brought in Moose. It would be crazy to just to have him lose immediately. Bandito's a heel? This would be a really cool match. It sure would be. Main event Bandito. What? I mean, hey, this is a main event to me, right? And I think that's what matters. Oh man, I feel like I feel like on this stream specifically, we've been upping the number of like beat downs and attacks that have been happening. Like I feel like we've kind of gone away from that for a while, I would like to think. But what if after the main event, let's do AJ Styles working the crowd, Bandito working the crowd, you know, I want to have a nice little respect moment between the two after their match, which I assume will be really good. I'm hoping it's really good. So yeah, we want to do kind of a respect angle, you know, where AJ Styles maybe can extend the hand, you know, give Bandito a handshake, raise his hand towards the crowd. Yeah, a nice moment to close the show. But then we're gonna have that moment ruined by well, who else? By Cody Rhodes. Yeah, we're gonna have Cody Rhodes take advantage of AJ Styles' lack of focus on him and attack him from behind. And yeah, we're basically gonna have him lay out AJ Styles, and should that be it? I mean, I was thinking we could have him go to like lay him out, and then Sting comes out and runs him off. But I think, you know, Cody's the champion, and it's like, how long does it take him to hit the crossroads? You know, it would be. I think it's fine to have the world champion and the show looking strong. Surprise, actually, and then we can end the show. 1 minute. Cody working the crowd. We'll have Sting working the crowd. Kind of like he ran out afterwards, but by it's, you know, he's going to slide in the ring and Cody's already leaving. Do we have an angle idea we can use here? Alright. Okay, I wanted to make sure Bandito was here. And also, yeah, let's go ahead and put AJ Styles in the world title scene. Or he is in the world title scene. Let's put Cody here. All right, we're gonna remove the Death Riders. Remove worker. Jesus. I guess we can keep Kenny Omega in this. Should we just end this story? No, let's not end it. We're gonna do a Hangman versus MJF again at some point. I mean, maybe SCU doesn't even need to be here. Which again, I need to find out what I'm doing with them too. I guess it would make sense for them to also get title shots, because of winning War Games, but we're kind of heading towards FTR versus Young Bucks, so we can maybe find some way to finagle SCU in there. We're gonna have this thing aligned with Kenny, and he's also. Wait, gotta do it. All right. Or we had Andrade debut last week. I want to do some Latin Mafia stuff. Seven. No kids heal. I keep having to remind myself. All right, here, let's figure this out. Trios action. Andrade. We're gonna do Santana and Ortiz. They are taking on the team of. Oh yeah, we haven't used Leo Rush. All right, let's do Leo Rush. Leo Rush. We can do Mike Bailey and Matt Sydal. It's a kind of weird but fun little match. And of course, we want Andrade to get the win. Let's not have Leo Rush take the loss though. Let's give it to Matt Sydal. should gonna win here. Let's put Los Garzas at ringside. All right, cool. Although, you know, I feel like the match is lacking a little something. A little something, something. Maybe we do, I mean, I was going to say we could do Private Party instead, but I don't know how much better than Matt Sydal and Mike Bailey they actually are. Yeah, screw it. We'll get them in there. I think they're even less over, actually, but I like this match. Oh yeah, we need to get. Oh, we don't have a Wild Brawl or Storytime match. Okay. I'm assuming these guys have no psychology. Oh my god, 15 to 45. Jesus. Oh, 34. Oh my god. All right, the show's getting a little wonky. I'm not gonna lie. It's getting a little wonk. I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised at Private Party's psychology being so low. You know what, man? Do Andrade, like Santana and Ortiz have good psychology? I'm about to just say screw it and do it anyways. Yeah, man, we're just gonna do it anyways, and we're gonna hope for the best. Storytelling, and we don't have a Wild Brawl on the show. But we can fix that by giving a match to someone. You know, last week we had a weird trios match with Death Riders versus Kento Miyahara and Bird Reference. Let's do this time. Jon Moxley, Shingo Takagi taking on Kento Miyahara and his good friend Eddie Kingston. There's a Wild Brawl, god damn it. All right, we're gonna give him 15 whole minutes. And yeah, we're gonna have Eddie Kingston lose actually. Jon Moxley's gonna pick up the win. Oh, match, of course. tainted win. Gonna have Eddie Kingston be distracted by Fergal. And let's go ahead and get those guys at ringside. Boom, boom. Okay. I mean, it's kind of a random match, but you know, they also did just wrestle Kento Miyahara last week. So, you know, it's believable that there's a little rivalry there that Kento Miyahara wanted, you know, get a little get back. And he has in fact wrestled John Moxley for the World Championship before. So I think it makes a little bit of sense. Right, and this show, we only need 10 more minutes. We need some promos. All right, so I think we want to get... You know who hasn't cut a promo in a minute? MJF. Let's change this. MJF taking a couple of L's lately. He lost at the pay-per-view. He lost last week, but he also helped Cody Rhodes win the world title. Yeah, we're gonna expand upon that. We're gonna give him a promo where he's kind of gonna say, you know, me and Cody, oh, you know, we've got big plans, huge plans, and you know, this is bigger than Adam Page, bigger than Kenny Omega. Sure, you know, they can celebrate, you know, congratulations, you won a match against me. Big deal. You want to have a parade? Yeah, you know, just kind of a way to get Maxwell some heat back, since he's been losing a bit lately. Video. All right. Should we give FTR? Oh. No. I was gonna give him a promo, but then I was just like, I need to cut a promo. They're already in a match. Are they? They're not in tag titles, right? Also, we're kind of just done with Jimmy Brody and Punishment Martinez being in the tag title scene. You know, I felt that they deserved the tag titles, but then once I signed FTR, I was like, well, they're not going to wrestle FTR. So, So yeah, it sucks to be them. Okay, let's go ahead and have this advance the plot. You know, why don't we just go ahead and put the Young Bucks at ringside? Screw it. You know, I actually want to give Hangman a promo because it just doesn't make sense for Hangman and Kenny Omega to not be on the show. So, Hangman, and basically have him respond. And let's just have Kenny be here too. Why not? And we're gonna have him respond to MJF's promo, basically saying like, "Look, you know, we kicked that guy's ass twice in a row. So as far as I'm concerned, that guy's talking nonsense. But I am concerned about what's going on with Cody, so and the world title. So we're gonna be keeping a really close eye on." Kind of weird to have them kind of also focus on Cody while AJ Styles is the #1 contender. But you know, this is what happens when I don't pre-book stuff. Should we just have Bryan Danielson cut another promo? I mean, he didn't do that good last week, but he's still Bryan Danielson. Like he should still be on the show. So let's get Bryan Danielson out there. Bryan Danielson gets a redo of his promo. 6 minutes again in ring. Hype. I wonder if that's why I did bad. Let's do like 4 minutes hype. Maybe you can't be hype for 6 whole minutes. All right, I think this is looking like a show. Is it going to be the best Dynamite we've ever booked? Probably not, but I mean, AJ versus Bandito should be a good main event. More so because of Bandito than AJ. I think John and Shingo versus Kento and Eddie could be good. Although Eddie Kingston might bring it down a bit. Let's be real here. Then other than that, yeah, it's kind of just like squash matches, extended squash matches, kind of. All right, you know what? Yeah, we're just gonna run the show and we're gonna see how it does. Last week I predicted an 83 and we got an 86. So I don't want to get cocky and shoe high again. I'm gonna say an 80. I'm gonna say this is a perfectly fine show, but you know, nothing to write home about. All right, let's go ahead and see. All right, pretty good opening segment this time. Not as good as last week, but yeah, 78. All right, Sting did not do well without a script to follow. That is unfortunate. We did have Sting doing a bit more talking this time. All right, Kenta picking up a win over Psycho Clown, gets a 75. That's good. I think that's better than his match with Moose. Maybe. I'm not sure. The crowd's white hot at the end of this, man. The crowd loves Psycho Clown. All right, and then he gets attacked by Swerve Strickland again. Yay. Oh my god, the Latin Mafia taking on the trio of Leo Rush and Private Party gets a 75. I'm kind of surprised. This is better than I thought it would do. So I'm pleasantly surprised. All right, this MJF promo lost the heat from 2 storylines. That's wonderful. Thank you, MJF. And yeah, here we have the debut of FTR, just straight up getting a win over Top Flight in a little over 10 minutes. It's 73. Yeah, I didn't think this would be the greatest match ever, but you know, pretty good. All right, AJ Mendez and her crew just kind of being jerks towards Davina. It's a 64. Yeah, Davina. I'm used to Davina doing a bit better than this in promos, but we haven't given her a promo in a while, so maybe she's rusty. All right, then tag champs. In non-title action against Sari and Roxy gets a 71. I'm telling you, man, Sari's so good. She's so good. We just need her to get a bit more pop. Yeah, we can definitely bring her in soon to the main roster. All right, it's Adam Page promo. Gets an 80. All right, show's doing good so far. Whoa, oh man. I mean, all right, this match gets us 81, but yeah, Kenta Miyahara and Eddie Kingston don't click as a team. It's unfortunate. I mean, the match still did good, but yeah, that's a bit of a bummer. Although, I wasn't planning on making this a permanent tag team anyways. But yeah, I just, you know, it just sucks because, you know, it brought the match down. As I predicted, actually. I said Eddie Kingston's going to bring the match down a bit. All right, Bryan Danielson doing better this week. Getting a 72. I believe last time he got like a 69. So, you know, he's improving. He's endearing himself to the AEW crowd a little more. All right, main event, not as good as I hoped. But yeah, AJ Styles versus Bandito. Maybe the first time ever. We're just going to go ahead and say that. AJ Styles versus Bandito for the first time ever. Gets a 77. And yeah, as I predicted, Bandito doing better than AJ Styles here. We've really got to turn Bandito face at some point because he's been a heel this whole time, but he's really good. You know, it would be cool to push him. Oh man, speaking of Bandito, I for one am excited about Bandito versus Andrade. Whew. Man, let me tell you, I'm really hyped for that match. The show closing segment gets us a 78. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and see what the show did. The 79, not terrible. Not terrible. Oh, the fans wanted more dramatic stakes. Okay. All right, it's time for more dark. Woo! I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I've really got nothing here. Although, actually, no, I've got a couple things. Oh, ROH, ROH, ROH. Sauter and Jay Briscoe are seeing each other. Man, she left Claudio with a broken neck to get with Jay Briscoe. What? Oh my God. We're just doing the Edge versus the Edge Matt Hardy Lita love triangle, but it's freaking Claudio Castagnoli, Jay Briscoe, and Sarah Del Rey. All right, let's get right into it and get a promo going. I've got 3 minutes to get Eddie Kingston out there, or backstage. This doesn't need to be 3 minutes, actually. Let's do 2 minutes. The second part's also 2 minutes. Yeah, I think we did this. Did we do this on the pay-per-view? Or on Dynamite? I can't even remember. But yeah, we're gonna have Santana and Ortiz interrupt the promo. And, you know, once again, they're going to talk to Eddie Kingston and they're going to be like, you know, look, man, we saw your match last week, you know, you fought really hard, but you came up short. You know, what if you had, you know, your boys watching your back? What if you had us out there? You know, you should really think about it, man. Kind of parroting the same things that Andrade was saying towards Dragon Lee. You know, Eddie Kingston is kind of basically gonna be like, you know, nah, I'm cool, man. I don't need to run with a whole group of guys. You know, I'm my own man. Right. Let's go ahead and take a look at something. All right. There's a lot of tag matches here. I think we're just gonna go ahead and run Hannah Kimura versus Julia, which I know is kind of a marquee match, but you know, in our save, Julia is just in dev right now. I think that's a cool dark match. 10 minutes. And Kimura gonna pick up the win. That's a cool match there. Let's get let me see something here. Still unimportant, huh? Demonic Flamita, recognizable. Let's get some lucha matches going. We're gonna give Dragon Lee a win here. Over Flamita. Fun match. I'm trying to think who else. If there's anyone I really want to get on this card. Oh, you know, we can do something with best friends, I guess. All right, I mean, yeah, because Orange Cassidy wrestled at the pay-per-view, but he lost to Walter. So we're gonna do best friends taking on the team of Toxin, Latigo, and Gringo Loco. The classic trio. All right, yeah, we'll give the win to Orange. You know what? No, we'll let that be the main event. All right, we only need 9 more minutes. That's probably like a couple of promos. So we can give this more time. Let's give Swerve a promo just because, you know, he seems to be good. We're far enough into the stream where I've reached the point where I can't even pretend to know the contents of the promo anymore. But just gonna do Kenta off screen, Swerve promo. All right. Oh, 4 more minutes. All right, let's just give all that time to AJ Mendez. All right, this was like harder to do than it should be. It would have been easier to just type it normally. Here, let's get RJ City in there. All right, yeah, this looks like an episode of Dark. I hope the main event goes crazy. I really do. Dragon Lee versus Flamita sounds good to me. Anna Kimura versus Julia also sounds good to me. I don't know. I'm hoping for an 82 specifically. Give me an 82 game. Let's see it. All right, best friends make their triumphant return, picking up a win over Toxin Lazio and Gringo Loco. 63. That's not bad. Not bad. All right, Strickland promo, not amazing, but he didn't lose the storyline any heat. And he improvised well, actually, so yeah. All right, segment with Eddie Kingston and Santana and Ortiz gets a 67. Does not advance any storyline. I gotta make the Latin Mafia new storyline. Nakamura submits Julia with the hydrangea. 67. All right. AJ Mendez promo, a little disappointing. I was hoping it would do better than this. Also, I thought I put Tamina Rose and Mia Yim in the women's tag title storyline. Whatever, man. 60. Oh my god. Okay. I greatly overestimated how good this match would be. I saw Dragon Lee get like a 70 something in that match on Dynamite, and I was like, yo, Dragon Lee can cook. Let's get him out here. But no. All right, let's see. Whew. A 65 with the angle bonus. That's how you know that it's been 3 hours and that I'm kind of getting my brains cooked. My TEW brain is cooked. A 65, man. Yeah, that's gotta be like go down as one of the worst shows we've booked in the save. I gotta say. I mean, I don't know. I guess just the way it goes sometimes. I thought, we had some crumbles on there that I thought would be good. And like legitimately, I thought that main event would be pretty good. Just straight up. Like I really did. See this email real quick. Jimmy Jacobs thinks that MJF's a good promo. All right. I guess I have Lince Dorado shortlisted. He's injured. Okay. Yeah, he's still in WWE. All right, so I guess this is a good place for us to call it. Yeah, we've entered into the Cody era. And yeah, we advanced some storylines, we teased some title matches for the future. We're getting ready for a couple of big shows. We've got the anniversary show coming, Full Gear, Winter is coming. Yeah. So all that stuff is what you can look forward to in this series. If you watched all this, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like on the video. You can leave a comment. You can subscribe. You can catch me on Twitch at Hijo de Amigo. Yeah. So, and I guess that's all I've got left to say. All right. So everybody, thank you so much for watching, and yeah. Until next time, take it easy.